somebody from the city attorney's office here today?
I believe there's a representative.
Cheryl, Cheryl's here. Okay.
Short straw.
Chicken dinner.
Okay. So this, okay, it's called a Lights and Health to Order. And the first thing I want to take up here is item 30, which is the finding and recommendations for the summons for the matter of the complaint. Now, were they supposed to be here? No, he's not coming.
No, he is not going to pursue any further licensing.
Oh, okay.
So, so you need a recommendation to just approve or just to place on file?
They want the license revoked. So
Right.
I think, isn't it approving what the recommendation was? He hasn't paid the PPT, didn't show.
Right. And he doesn't care, so.
Valid judgment in Muni Court.
Okay. So the motion to approve.
So moved?
Second.
I think that was down there second.
That was me. Oh, he's gonna be on that side. Throwing me off now.
We could sit alphabetically.
Second.
It'd be easier on the chair.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, we have one appearance here, so I'm gonna go right to the. He was number 53. Tanya Bassett, come in front. Okay, you apply, you're gonna be renting the old 6500
Yes,
bar?
yes.
Were you in the council chambers today and heard the discussion by certain people that got up?
No.
Okay. I've received complaints on this place for years. We've done police checks and stuff. Mainly it's loud music. You say there's drug dealings going on. You know, you're in a residential area. My philosophy always is that you have to live with the residents, they don't have to live with you. And as far as the license was surrendered, or not yet?
It would be subject to necessary requirements.
And that would be part of surrendering the license.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever run a bar before?
Yes.
Okay, and
I've actually ran 2 bars.
and you're leasing this?
Yes.
And who are you leasing it from?
Sue Jensen?
Jensen, okay, right.
Yes.
Oh, I'm noticing on your. Okay, noticing you got 50% food and 50% alcohol that you're expecting. What are you serving? What type of food that you're going to get that much food?
More or less, it's the bar food, such as the fried chicken, fish, nuggets, pizza puffs. There is quite a bit. I actually have a list if you guys would like to look at it.
This takes a lot for 50%.
So, it's pretty... That's my repairs.
And while you're looking for that, you know, you checked off, you're gonna have a disc jockey, karaoke, pool tables, amusement machines, jukebox, obviously. What's patron contest?
So, you know, on different holidays, when they do costumes, Halloween parties and so forth,
Okay, that type of thing.
yes.
But all these things isn't something a restaurant really does. So you're basically gonna be a bar that serves food instead of a restaurant that serves alcohol.
Correct. We're gonna do food as well as alcohol.
Mr. Chair,
Only way.
I'm looking at your application, and you said you ran 2 bars already?
Yes.
And where were those?
In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, actually, one was called Best Kept Secret, and the other one was called Libation.
And where were those?
One was on Hopkins and Hampton, and the other one was on the east side.
Okay, and were you a business partner or manager?
Manager,
Okay, so,
bartender and manager.
okay. And how long did you work at both those?
Together, 4 years.
Okay, so you're familiar with the laws, you know, you can't go to the liquor store and buy booze.
Yes.
Only from licensed wholesalers, you know. Licensed bartenders are, I guess, are preferred, but not actually required, so somebody on the premises with a license. The food thing, I don't know if you know, I'm in the bar and restaurant business myself, and I have business 1980. I honestly, I don't think you're gonna do 50-50 there. I think that's really, I guess I'd be curious what you did at the previous places you worked at, if it was even tracked. That's kind of a new thing, it has to go with whether you're gonna allow people under 21 on the premises. Are you gonna let people in the door who aren't of age? Maybe they come in to just get a fish fry?
No.
Okay.
25 and up. Dress code, no tennis shoes, no t-shirts. On Friday and Saturday, it has to be business casual. I'm into the more adult
So
atmosphere.
it's more like a club, than a-
So,
right? Call it more like a club, I guess? I don't know.
or a social gathering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm not the kind of guy who's gonna blame an address for the problems that the operators have there, but unfortunately, you're coming in and that address has had problem after problem. You know it's for sale, right? It's listed on MLS, the
Yes.
building's for sale, so you're not interested in buying it, not the kind of investment you're able to make?
Not just yet.
Yeah, I like buyers, you know, if you got some skin in the game, you're more likely to take good care of it. Not that a tenant in a business can't do well, it's just that, and I guess it would've been nice if you would've been in there during, you were on the agenda for tonight's committee, but during public comment period tonight, a couple people came up and spoke about that specific address, about the problems that have been there in the past, and how they actually, one person, they said it's actually really nice now that it's quiet, it's closed, and the neighbors are out walking their dog in the neighborhood now because it's kind of quiet. And they really hate to see a new operation and they're change that feel that's starting to develop there. You know, so I guess, the previous, I think it was a previous tenant or maybe the one before, was alleging, oh, we never keep the door open. And I went by and I took a picture, and she actually had a rope around the doorknob that went to like a piece, you know, it's like, really? You know, don't, we want you to succeed, but we want you to run the kind of business that we can all be proud of in our community, okay? We do have a nuisance property ordinance. You know, if the police have to come a certain amount of time, we're gonna start sending a bill to your landlord, and he may kick you out over that. We also do, underage sting operation, you know, where the police will send somebody in like 19 or 20 to try to buy beer or liquor, you know, so if that happens, we're gonna hold you responsible as much as we can, you know, obviously the server's gonna be responsible. Are you gonna do any remodeling or anything at all, or?
There's a few minor things that's going on in there right now because the inspectors came through, so such as, some floor work had to be done. Outside of that, nothing major.
I haven't been in there in quite some time. There's a full kitchen in there?
Yes,
Okay, how many deep fryers?
2
And there's a flat grill and an oven and a charbroiler, or what's in there? I'm just.
flat grill.
Just a flat grill?
Yeah.
And 2 deep fryers?
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's gonna make it really hard to do 50% food. I'm just saying, you know, I'd love if you did 50% food, you know, but we have a couple other places that would like to open up restaurants, and we don't have liquor licenses for it. And these are restaurants that wanna open up and, you know, rehab buildings and all that, so. I think, and it's not my district, you know, Alderman Chapletsky is the alderman for the district there, but I think you have to know that there's gonna be, just like we do with all new businesses, especially, like I said, you're dealing with the legacy of the address a little bit, and so the neighbors are gonna be watching, and, you know, the police are gonna be probably in the neighborhood a little bit, you know, that is that kind of end of town. 60th and Burnham's kind of gotten quiet lately, you know, I'm not gonna say our police officers are bored, but I think they'll have very good response times when the time comes, so.
And I don't have a problem with that, you know. My thing is, as you said, I have to come into their neighborhood and survive. So I don't have a problem. My goal is to make sure that I'm working with the neighbors. If something is out of order, we need to get it fixed. If people are parking where they shouldn't be parking, then I need to go and reinforce what my clients are doing.
Well, I'll tell you specifically the things that were brought up.
Okay.
It's late night, it seems like closing time. People tend to all leave in big groups and be loud and like have their outside drinking voices on and language, you know, especially this time of year. We have a cool summer evening and people want to open up the windows and let some of that cool, dry air in that we get. And if people have to hear F-bombs and, you know, that kind of stuff, that's, you know, I wouldn't stand for that, you know, and that your neighbors don't have to, so. Just so you know. Are you gonna be, is it gonna be a full-time job for you?
Actually, I currently work for Harley, so first shift I'm there from 7 to 3, and then in the evening times I'll be at the bar.
So you're at Harley from 7 to 3, and the bar's gonna be open for lunch?
The bar, we want to open it.
Let's
for
call it the
lunch.
restaurant. The restaurant's gonna be open for lunch?
It'll be open. We're looking for 11 o'clock. I'm trying to put everybody into place so that when I'm not there,
Yeah.
that I have
You're
the
somebody you can
appropriate
trust, yeah,
people.
I get that,
Yes.
I get that.
So.
But you plan to be there on the premises
Mhm.
evenings, for sure on the weekend evenings.
Correct.
So if there's a problem, the
I will
police
be
can come
present.
talk to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Another thing is that, you know, a lot of bars, they think that, you know, we're concerned about the inside. Once they get somebody out the door, you know, then it's not their concern anymore, and that's not the way it is. Some people, when they get a squabble inside the bar, they push the people out and they fight out in the street. That's your problem still, you know, because if you wouldn't have been there, the fight wouldn't be there. And, you know, truthfully, I checked, you know, there really wasn't enough, you know, for a nuisance ordinance. I would like to see this place closed. Alderman Vitale would like to see the place not be a restaurant no more. You know, honestly, you don't have enough evidence. We had the police go and check everything, and we've had a number of bar checks there. And even though there's a lot of things over the years, there's not enough in a short period of time, you know, to really deny you. You know, so you're going to be watched, scrutinized extremely well, just simply because of, like you said, from what happened in the past. You know, I would keep your door closed, you know, and if you can, because that noise goes out. You got seniors living, you know, right across the street from you. You have expensive apartments, you know, just directly to the south of you. And then you have all the residents there. And one point that was brought up was, you have the strip club right there, and there's no loud music. No one hears the loud music. No one hears their people coming out screaming and yelling. And that's what I'm going to expect from you.
Okay.
Okay, so, and things aren't happening. We're going to call you in front of us and, you know, look for revoking your license, just so you know. You know,
I'm prepared for it.
does anybody else have anything? Alderman?
I just want to add that it wouldn't be fair of us to assume you're going to be like the previous owner. We obviously are going to expect a lot more from you than the previous owner had provided. Some of the complaints were regarding the noise and the doors being open at night. I know that was mentioned previously by other alderpersons. Just a reminder, if you serve food, those doors are supposed to remain closed per the health code. There was complaints of disrespect to the residents and the police department in the past. I did see you're going to have security
Yes.
available, which is excellent. It says at least one person and 2 to 3 on the weekends during certain hours, which is good. And I think this property value is going to go up incredibly with the developments happening in the area. It's definitely going to behoove you to keep the patrons in order the best you can, and I think you'll do very well if you can do that.
That is
Just-
my plan.
Just wanted to, do you have a long-term lease there, or are you just renting, or
It's actually a year lease.
you have lease? Okay,
Mm-hmm. So it's a year to year,
okay. So just,
which we thought was fair at that time. You know, if it's successful, then I'm gonna stay there.
right.
You know, if it's not making the money that I anticipated, then I may have to downsize.
Right, okay. Does anybody else have anything? Do I have a motion?
Move approval.
Second.
Moves in second, is approval subject to necessary requirements?
Correct.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, gentlemen.
You have an opening date in mind?
Well, July 1st,
Oh, okay.
so
Okay, thank you very much.
moving forward.
Good luck. We hope to not see you at all.
I don't want to see you anymore after this,
Right.
unless you're coming to say good job.
Right, very good.
We might just do that.
Thank you.
Okay, then we have items number 31, 32,
Thank you,
33,
gentlemen.
Thank you.
34 on tonight's agenda. These are all,
Move approval subject to necessary requirements.
Second. Let's see,
Is there-
31 through 34. Okay, thank you.
any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Okay, then we have 35, 36, let's just take 35 and 36.
Move approval.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We have 37. This is for a Class B beer and wine taken up by the Village Playhouse in Wauwatosa.
Yes.
Now,
That's actually the tenant in the old studio.
that is the tenant's
Inspiration
name?
Studio.
Right, that's-
Yeah, I know where
Yeah,
that
they
is.
moved over
General
from
Motors.
Tulsa to
Okay.
Inspiration Studios.
I
yeah.
just love that.
Okay.
That's why it's got the 1500 South 73rd address, yeah. That's another
Okay.
thing we stole from Tulsa.
What's that? So do I have a motion on this?
I move approval.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? This is that, number 38's that restaurant, they were in for
The
their
name change,
license.
yeah. Move approval.
Name change, right?
Well, they
Well,
changed
this
the
is
name.
for instrumental.
They didn't have music before, I don't think, did they?
No.
No, I can't imagine a Vietnamese restaurant's gonna be a big problem for us, so.
Okay, who made the motion?
Or the location.
I may live to regret that. but-
I'll move approval.
Location.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Then we have 39, 40, 41, and 42.
Move approval subject, is that subject to necessary requirements?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I still move.
Second.
Why don't we get the second?
Okay.
Okay, is there any further discussion on any of these? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, then we have item number 43.
Move approval subject to necessary requirements.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we have 44 and 45 are both DOPS. It's the first and second of the new license year.
Are the times right?
Uh,
I mean, are they 9 PM?
Till 11 on Saturday?
11 on Saturday,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you instruct them when they come in that that's our basic policy? or-
Yes.
Okay.
Move approval.
It's a luau.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Do I have any further discussion on either of these? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And then we just have the police report.
Move to place on file.
Second.
Move in second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Now, we do have a meeting next week on the 28th
Yes.
at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Next week, Tuesday. And we will be taking up the,
Massachusetts Association of
um,
Physician Assistants.
what do you call it? Smokeless
Vaping?
vaping, yes, that's. So everybody got any questions on it?
Association of Practicing Architects, I'm sure it's not that.
Not even vaping. No respect.
Chair's still speaking.
Pardon.
Anyway, if you got any questions on that vaping, talk to the proper people that you have to talk to, that we're gonna be discussing. Hopefully, we can make a vote on that day.
Well, I think, didn't Gary say he's not gonna be here till I mean, it wouldn't go till council anyways.
That's right.
We,
But I thought he's
we want a recommendation out of
Well,
committee.
he thought it was gonna be tonight, I think,
Yes,
so.
we want a recommendation out of committee.
Motion to adjourn.
So
Second.
moved.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.